Hey, everybody. Welcome to the first Team Talk Tuesday of 2025. I'm going to start and I'm just going to kind of introduce myself and tell you a little bit about me because I know some of you know me, some of you don't. Then I'm going to pass it to Jess and she's going to do the same. Then we're going to keep going. Tonight will be a little different, though, than our normal because this is the first time we've done this collectively and collaboratively. I know for my organization, this is a time change and a name change. I know for yours, it's not, right? So, but for mine, this is some of them are very excited about a time change. And some of them are probably going to show up in an hour and because they didn't pay any attention to my reminders, but it's all good. Happy 2025. Welcome, welcome, welcome. We're excited to have you guys with us. I am Karen Fettis. For those of you who don't know me, I'm the Superstar Director of the Scent Warriors Group. And I've been with Scentsy since 2008. I've been in SSD since 2010. We have a, like Jess, we have an international organization. We have downline leaders in all regions. I know this isn't the best time for the other regions, but this is a time that works really great for those in Region 1, the US and Canada and Mexico. So I'm a mom of three. Well, let's just speed date for a minute. I'm a mom of three. I've been married 30 years. That makes me really old. I've been married 30 years and my kids don't really remember, my youngest especially doesn't remember life without Scentsy. I love coffee. I love plants. I love travel, personal development, cozy blankets. I love my Scentsy business. And I feel like there's more things that I love, but that's a good start. Especially like I always have coffee pretty much on my desk. I don't have any right now, but I did most of today. So that's a little bit about me. I'm gonna pass it to you, Jess, and let you introduce yourself because some people know you, some people don't.
Yeah, thank you. I'm super excited. Thank you guys for changing your name and your time. And the Region 3 people are normally sleeping if we do this during the day. So this kind of works out well for them. I see some of them on here. I wasn't prepared for speed dating, but let's just say, okay, so I'm Jess Kiss and I'm in Florida. I live in Sarasota. And if I were to speed date, I would be compatible with Karen. So everything that she just told you she loves, down to the coffee and the plants and the personal development. She might keep her plants alive longer than I keep mine, but I'm a personal development junkie. Two kids, they were 1 month old and almost two when I started. They don't know life without Scentsy. So been a consultant for 12 years and I am, like I said, in love with personal development, but I also love collabing with people. I think it's very powerful, but I'm also really into, I think collabing keeps you uncomfortable. It keeps you on your toes. And when you do that, like right now, it might be like, oh, I see faces I've never seen before, but that's where you stretch and grow is outside of your comfort zone. So we appreciate you guys for agreeing to come together and to get to know each other and to network with one another. I mean, we're all going to be at SFR, like high-fiving and hugging, and we're going to know like twice as many people. It's going to be great. Um, so if there's anything you want to know about me, I did not prepare a speed date, but that's
I
pretty
know I
much.
threw that on you totally. Sorry about that. But I want to speed date you. She's also a branding and social media expert. Those of you guys who are in her organization, if you don't realize what a gift that is, that you have that, like seriously, like you would be shocked at how many SSDs have. Am I like, I know you're not going to want to acknowledge this, but how many SSDs reach out to you or want to forge relationships with you based on your skill set for those things? Because you are known within the SSD community as just the pro.
Aw, well, thank
Just
you.
say, well,
Yes.
thank you. Yes, I am.
Yes, I am. I have taken a lot of social media classes. So if you ever have social media questions on this Zoom, Bring it on. I love to talk about social media. And I've even been kind of like talking to Karen and like we should do a social media boot camp. If you think that's a good idea, tell us in the chat. I think we should do social media boot camp. We did it last year in my group, and I have like all new content for those people, and it would be all new for you guys. So if you think that's good, let us know. Um, so I don't know about you guys. I think this is your first Team Talk Tuesday, right? Of the year.
Yep.
Yeah. So, we went from bacon cookies and Christmas and New Year's, and now we're back. And I also forgot to tell you, like, I think this is going to be the funnest Zoom of the week. Every week, this is going to be the funnest Zoom of the week. I just know it. But anyway, I thought we should probably talk just really quickly about some things that are going on right now in your business. If I leave anything out, tell me in the chat what I leave out. But obviously, you guys all probably already know this. We have Valentine's Day collection. It launched on Monday. Bring Back My Bar is available now, but also the voting for the next round is open. I just realized that today. I'm a little behind the times. Double host rewards, $20 join deal. The air purifier, free filter whenever they purchase that. And it's the last month to bring home your level of the incentive. So if you plan on bringing home any level, drop it in the chat. Just say, yep, I got it. I'm going to get it. I'm doing it. This is my month. If I left anything out, let me know. And I'm going to pop it back over to you to tell us about boot camp in the inner circle.
Yep, absolutely. So can I just throw one more, like, let's hype up the incentive just for one more minute.
Yeah.
Every year I have people that come to me and tell me, they're like, I'm 10,000 points away and I'm going to earn it. And you know what? Every year I have people who set these really lofty goals for 8,000, 10,000, 12,000 points, and they hit it. So if you're looking at your points and you're thinking, this is out of my reach, it might not be out of your reach if you're willing to dig deep, work hard, be consistent, do all the things, and you really feel motivated and driven. So if you didn't drop in the chat that you've got this and you're going to earn it, I want you to reconsider, because you've got this and you can do it. Okay.
Okay,
we're going to talk about.
wait. I have a story really quick. It's going to take 2 seconds
Yeah,
just to back up what you just said. So there's someone, I see her shaking her head yes on this Zoom, who did exactly what you're describing. And I just want to tell you really quickly how she did it. And she can maybe type in the chat while Karen's talking. But Kimberly Fitzgerald did this, and she built a story on social media. Every single day, she included her kids, her grandkids, and her husband. And every day she gave an update and built it into like a lifestyle story. And people were shopping like crazy on her website and hosting parties. So build a story. If you need 7,000, 10,000 points, build a story around it and talk about it multiple times a day, everywhere that you can.
It's
Okay.
also not too late for people to join and certify, or join and hit a sensational start level. We've got the $20 in the US join special this month, which is a really good kit. Like there have been many times in the past, I've not been a big proponent of the reduced price kit, because I think sometimes we get kidnappers. But this kit really does have everything you need to launch a business. We've got a variety of products. We've got the catalogs. We're covering multiple product lines, and it's a really, really good opportunity. And with those the double half price, it is a really good time for someone to join, launch their business in one way, shape, or form, and maximize and take advantage of that, because people do want to take advantage of, oh, I can get extra 6 packs of bars, or I can get, whether it's through personal shopping links or however you do it, there's a huge opportunity. Okay. Boot camp. Let's talk about boot camp. But before we do, I had some people in my organization ask what this would look like every month. So I'm going to just go to that for 1 second, because I was going to cover it in the beginning and I didn't. Okay. So this is our weekly training opportunity for you all, right? But it's more than that. It's also connection. It's where you're going to find out. We're going to give you a couple minutes of, like Jess just did, here's what's important now. Here's what you should be focused on. Here are the things that are happening in your business. We would love to think that you know all those things already, but sometimes we forget and we leave things out, right? And then we will talk about a topic, right? This one is going to be a little bit different. And how we talk about topics, sometimes we'll have a speaker, sometimes we will have a panel, sometimes we will be leaning into the people in our inner circle. We're going to talk more about that to help with that. And sometimes we're going to ask you to show up with show and tell. And Jess is going to talk about show and tell in a little bit. And then we were going to close every week with like what your wins are and giving you opportunity to ask questions, all the thing. Tonight will be a little different, but as a rule, we're asking you for like a 30-minute commitment. Now that might mean it'll go over 30 minutes, but we're going to get the heart of the content in 20, 30 minutes for you. So we want you to be intentional with, we want to be intentional with your time. We know your time is a valuable resource. So that's what we're going to do. All right, boot camp. So was it, what month did we do it last year, Jess? It was spring, wasn't it?
Yeah, I don't remember.
I don't either.
I think it was the beginning of the year.
I was like, it was sometime early last year we did boot camp. And it was a 6-week program. And then in the fall, we did a leadership level program that was also 6 weeks. We are relaunching boot camp this month. It is a 6-week program. It is different content than last year. So if you did it last year, the content is different. That doesn't mean you shouldn't do it again. It also means you're not going to get a free pass because you already know the homework assignments because they're different. Boot camp is open to all consultants in our organization who are outside of their first 70 days. If you're in your first 70, and maybe you're making an exception to that, Jess, I don't know. But for me, I want our brand new consultants to focus on launching their business. If someone really has their heart set on it, that's fine. But I really think that they should be focusing on shooting stars, sensational start, all that kind of thing first. But anyone outside of that, whether you're still an essential consultant or whether you're an SSD, this program is fantastic for you. It's 6 weeks of, I hate to use the word basics because that sounds a little too basic. Next level basics, important tools and skills, things that you need to grow your business in 2025. This is a year of incredible opportunity. And this we think will launch the year in the best possible way. So registration is open. There is a JOT form to register. We launch next Monday. Okay. Facebook group will open Friday. We launch next Monday. I know, Jess, you've dropped it in your group. I've dropped it in mine. But we're not adding anyone to the Facebook group till Friday, just FYI. Okay. So it's going to be run like some of the other programs we've done. It's going to be a training on Monday, homework due the end of the weekend, and then we will remove the people that don't complete the homework or don't turn in the homework Monday morning, and we will relaunch. Trust me, you want to be in this program and you want to graduate from this program, because we also have this new really cool other group called the Inner Circle. We've got some people in here that are in the Inner Circle. When we did our leadership program last fall, we had already planned that we were going to do an Inner Circle, but we didn't tell you. So the requirement to get in the Inner Circle in the month of January, which is a totally different Facebook group, it's not a program, it's a community, okay, was to graduate from our leadership program. So if you want to be in the Inner Circle in February, you need, one of the requirements is to participate in boot camp, right? You need to participate and you need to graduate it from it, but you need to just be in it still and have kept up with it on February 1st to be added in February. That's one of the requirements. So this Inner Circle, do you want me, how deep do you want me to go into it, Jess?
Maybe just tell them the requirements. And I guess we need to post these requirements on our page too.
Yeah, I think so. Okay. So let me just do a little hype. The Inner Circle, this is, again, not a program. This is a Facebook community. It's a collaborative community where you will be, it's not even rank based. So you don't earn your membership into the Inner Circle by a title. You earn it by the work you're doing. So it's putting the people that are working together, working with the working, right? It gives you an opportunity to network and collab and idea share with people that are running in their business. It gives you the opportunity to be part of some of the decision making. We're going to ask for your help. We're going to ask for your feedback. We're going to lean on you as leaders and, well, as people that are working their business and moving the needle. We're going to lean into that and ask you to share with the organization what you're doing, and ask what do your teams need help with, right? What should we train on? All sorts of things. There's going to be a lot of perks to it, so it's a place you definitely want to be. So the people in there in January are there for the month, and they earn their spot by graduating from the leadership program that we did in the fall. But you have to earn your spot for February. So anyone can earn a spot in February. Here's what you need to do. You need 1,000 PRV in January. You need 10 new customers in January. 10 new customers. Now, I'm going to tell you that some of you have said to me, 10, that's a lot. I'm going to tell you it's not. You can get 10 new customers. I promise you, you can do that. And there's a couple metrics that I think are really important to growing your business, especially in 2025. And new customers is one of them. New team members and new customers. Those are really important things to growing your business. So you need 1,000 PRV. You need 10 new customers in January. You need to share on your SSDs page, whoever invited you to the Zoom, you need to share hashtag how I'm working twice a week. Okay. Don't overthink this. Like, you literally can, like, say you're doing thank you mail. Say you're doing a text message out to your customers. Say you're making samples. Just share what you're doing. Share a picture of how you're doing it. Don't overthink it. So you need to do that. You need to be in the boot camp that starts next Monday, and you need to still be in it at the end of the month. You need to graduate from it, but you'll earn your entry for February by still being in the program, right? Because we're going to add you February 1st and the program won't be over. And I feel like there's one more requirement. Oh, so if I'm your superstar director, this will be new to you. If Jess is your superstar director, this will not be new to you, probably. But we will each have an opportunity group. And that is it's a recruiting opportunity group. And so you will need to add and tag 5 people to the group. Now, Jess, I know your group is more familiar with this. If I'm your SSD, there's more information on this coming. Don't worry. It is not adding people to the inner circle. It's adding people to this who might be interested in more information about Scentsy to this specific group. Okay. More information if I'm your SSD. Jess is already, like, she's got the ball rolling. She's done this for a while. It's really fantastic. And let me just add, that is something that I know many, many leaders in top companies that do. And like a third-party tool or a resource, something like that, is one of the most effective recruiting tools that there is. I've heard it over and over and over again. So, okay. Did I miss a requirement? Because I feel like maybe I did. Is that it?
Nope. You got them all.
Perfect. But trust me, you guys want to be in the inner circle in February. Well, you want to be in it every month. So you'll earn your spot for the month. The people that are in there for January, they're there all month. You have to earn your spot for February, or we will lovingly remove you, not because we don't like you, but because this is the place that you earn your spot in. And it's a community, I promise you're not going to want to not be in. I've seen so many incredible ideas shared already in there. Okay, back to you.
Okay, yeah, the inner circle is already good. Like, I feel like if these people paid money, the people who are in inner circle, like, I don't know if you guys ever pay to collab or mastermind. I do. I know Karen does also. The inner circle is obviously free, but I feel like if they paid money, they already got their money's worth, because the people who are in there are working and they're sharing what they're working on. And it's so good. Like, I'm reading all of the things, like earlier this morning I was going through, and then more have been posted. I get to go back and look.
Can I comment on masterminding for just a second? So, and you nailed it, right? Like, masterminding is one of the most important things I think we can do, especially at our level. But I think anyone who wants to grow, like, the power of collaboration and idea share is so powerful. But when Jess said, like, I belong to Sarah Robbins Mastermind, you've done Eric's, you've done, like, we've done a bunch of high level, very, very expensive masterminds that the price tag on some of them would make you guys want to vomit, right? But the value is really incredible in them. So we're obviously, as your upline, not asking you to pay to be in this inner circle, But I love the way you said it earlier, Jess. You said to me, um, you know, they're paying with their work ethic, right? They're paying with doing the work to earn their spot in there. So we're not asking anyone to write a check to have this experience. Like, I guess we've probably never really written a check, but we've, dropped our credit card, right, to have to collab in some amazing circles. We're not asking you guys to do that, of course, but your work and what you do with your business this month will determine whether you have access to that next month or not. Which, trust
Yeah.
me, your bank account should be happy for, because we've written some big checks.
Yes.
Okay, go ahead.
Yeah. Um, it's a life hack, just like reading a book. It's taking other people's experiences and copying what they do. You know, it could be one consultant's 5 years worth of experience that you get to take what they learned in 5 years from one hashtag how I'm working post and go use it. Like, oh, thanks, high five. Like, okay, so we're just gonna do a little bit of housekeeping and then like maybe we can open it up here in just a little bit to
Yeah.
hear from some of you guys. But okay, so housekeeping for let's say like the next 6 months. So we're going to be doing our Team Talk Tuesday together. I'm excited to learn from all of you and get to know you guys better. Even the people on my team, I can still learn from you guys, and get to know you better as well. So, what is this Zoom going to look like? Obviously, for some of you, the time and the name is a little bit different, and maybe the outline might be a little bit different too. So we're going to have fun. There might be guest speakers, we might interview people, but we also, this is called Team Talk for a reason, because we want to hear from you guys. It's not always just going to be us talking. So we want you guys to actively throughout the week be thinking of a win of the week, something you need help with in your business. I mean, you can, if you don't feel comfortable speaking up or coming off of camera, you can type in the chat every week, and show and tell. So, by the way, I think she mentioned I love show and tell. So, have you ever wanted to be a fly on the wall in somebody's business? Right? Like you're looking at that person and they're like, okay, I know she's winning at her business because I see what she's doing. I just wish I could know like something else or more. Um, I will text Karen all the time and I'll be like, can you use our text message as a notebook whenever she goes somewhere really cool? Just pretend like my text message is your notebook. Um,
I feel like you
so
told me that 30 minutes ago regarding my Kathy Greer Zoom. You were like, just
yeah,
use me as dear diary.
your diary. Yeah, like yes.
Yeah.
Okay. So we're gonna show and tell next week. So I don't think Karen's gonna be here, right? So we're
I'm going to
just
be a
gonna
leadership. Yep.
yeah. So I think we're just gonna do show and tell next week. But we're gonna like bring it in and we're gonna bring so before I even tell you what it is, just type in the chat, I'm in, I'm bringing show and tell. I want to know that you're like, I know you guys, I can tell already that you're all in and you're gonna bring something. Um, Happy Mail, Scentsy, obviously. Scentsy Happy Mail for your customers specifically. So bring an example, like make an extra one if you already mailed them out, or like what you planning on doing next month, or some sort of version, whatever it is. We want to see what you're putting in the mailbox to your customers. And if you're not, that's okay. Maybe you'll be inspired to do so, or maybe you'll walk away and say, not doing that. And that's okay too. And also how you package your orders for your customers. She was talking about boot camp being a basic boot camp. It doesn't matter how long you've been a consultant, you always have to, and this is the great time of year to do it, reel it in and bring your business and yourself back to the basics. Because by the end of the year, we can add so many ideas and so many fluff and so many things. And then you have to bring it back to the basics. You have to get new customers. You have to sponsor. And those are your core focuses, right? And once you get the new customers, you want to keep them. So when you package orders, you want to make them feel like they're getting a gift. And so whatever, you don't even have to bring the bag. You could just show us your bag stuffers, right? Like, what are you adding in your bag? Is it a sample? Are you putting something about Scentsy Club? You get the idea. Whatever it is, we're going to do show and tell next week. It's super fun. Um, Back to housekeeping. So this is going to be the funnest Zoom of the week. She talked all about inner circle. You absolutely want to be in there. That is not going anywhere. It's just going to get bigger and better. And collabing keeps you on your toes. it keeps you uncomfortable, which is what you want to be. Someone told me already, like, oh, wow, I feel like they're doing all the things. Well, the idea is not to do all the things, but I'm a little bit happy if you're a little bit uncomfortable because I mean, I was a little uncomfortable hopping onto the Zoom with 50 new friends that I didn't know, but I'm just fine. I lived, I survived, right? And now we're all famous friends. Um, Hashtag how I am working on your SSD's page. That's Leadership 101. And you'll get it. You'll just get into a groove. It'll be like tying your shoes. You'll figure it out and you'll get used to it. And then the opportunity group, we need to have a really big, long conversation about that, but today is not that day because we don't have that much time left. So I think that's the name of our game this year. I think that's what we have going on right now, and we are going to do lots of fun stuff in 2025. I'm super excited.
Yep. I know that my biggest growth comes when I step outside my comfort zone. And I'm a introverted, I'm an extroverted introvert, maybe. I don't know what I am at this point. Well, I'm an Enneagram 8, you guys. I'm sorry in advance, but I'm not sorry. But I don't get nervous in new social circles, but I do get uncomfortable, and that's great. And I am always, always, always looking to put myself in a room with people that I can learn from, because you know who the most successful people are? They're not the people with the best new skills. They don't do the fanciest things. They do the basics better, right? The basics better and reevaluate. They also, like you said, it's you reel in at the beginning of the year, right? Like the most successful people look at what's working in their business and they continue it, or they make some minor changes, and then they look at what's not working and they find a way to make it work. They find a way to shift it, mix it up. If it's something you know you need to do to be successful, then they find a way, or they connect with someone, or they collab with someone who is doing it successfully, and they learn from them, right? Because no matter how long we've been in this business, I've been in this business over 16 years. I am never going to have been in this business too long to learn new things and better ways to do things. So we all have a huge opportunity here to learn. So I know that it's uncomfortable for some of you. I know some of you are like, oh, we don't want to collab with other people. We like our little circle. I'm going to implore you. I'm not just going to ask you. I'm going to implore you to open your mind to a growth mindset, opportunity, and mindset on this, because I think big things are going to come from the collaboration. We both have we like the same things: coffee, plants, travel, taking Friday off and exploring new places, all that kind of thing. But we have very different strengths, right? Like if you are in my organization, you guys know social media is not my jam, right? I would love it to be, and I'm learning. And sometimes Jess will be like, okay, take the picture of this and here's how you post it, right? Because we can all learn, right? Where I might be like, okay, here's how you should try this. Like, let's try this. Let's mix it up. I've done this. It works. Why don't you try it? And you all have a huge opportunity. So you're going to get training. You're going to get connection. You're going to learn new things. But again, we don't want you to be overwhelmed. One or two new things that you learn, right? You don't have to implement it all. We don't want you to do that. I love starting the new year with, sorry in advance, with goals. So I would love for you to drop in the chat what your 2025 goal is. And then I want to know, so drop in the chat what your 2025 goal is.
I love goals too. I'm here for this assignment.
Yes, this again. One of my leaders is like, this again. Yes, this again. Absolutely. Because you want to know what? The more you look at that goal and the more you eat that goal and the more you internalize that goal, the more you're committed to that goal. Absolutely. Okay. Now I want to know this in the chat. That goal that you wrote, does it make you a little uncomfortable? Like, does it make you feel a little squirmish? Jan, then you need to, Jan's shaking her head no. So I'm going to call her out. Then you need to set the goal higher, right? Because if it doesn't make you squirm a little bit, then your goal is not high and it's not big enough, right? Because it should make you uncomfortable. Okay. I also would love to hear in the chat, and you can also unmute. I mean, are you okay with them unmuting and sharing, Jess?
Yeah.
I would love to know like a win of like something great that happened in your business, the end of the year, over the break. Maybe you reset your focus. Maybe you, whatever, something big that happened in your business the end of 2024. So we're launching 2025. Tell me something great that happened. And it can be personal development related, right? Like we're both big fans of personal development. Um, let's see. Growing my team, starter. Oh yes, star director scares you. Good. I'm glad it scares you, Amy. Can I just shout out Amy, who just said that scares her? Amy, how many sponsoring points do you have in this current incentive? She's going to hate me for saying that. It is a redunculous number. I can look it up for you, but I feel like you know the answer. You just don't want to type it.
I think it's like 47,000.
Like 47,000 sponsoring points. I was like 47,000 or 47,500. It is a lot. Okay. It is a lot. And that's someone who definitely could promote to star director this year because she is making a lot of new connections of people who are doing something with their business. Okay. I joined Sensi. Oh, Beverly, I love that. Beverly, that is awesome. Making changes and growing personally. My wins. I partner with a real estate agency for closing gifts. I love that, Vicky. So many great things. Take a minute and read through in the chat what people have shared. And I'm going to be quiet for a minute in case anyone wants to unmute. But read through some of these and garner some inspiration to keep you going through the week. Also take note of who said it, because you can connect with them on social media and you can ask them, tell me how you partnered with that real estate agency. Tell me how you had your biggest month in November. Tell me, annual sales. How were you going to earn? How did you earn that? Like, give me a clue on that. How did you earn all 12 months of the incentive, whatever it may be. But these are opportunities for you not to think, oh gosh, they did it and I didn't. These are opportunities for you to learn, right? So lean into, wow, I can learn from the person who accomplished something I want to, right? Okay. Anyone want to share a win? Anyone have any questions? Anything we can help you with? Have we scared you all off?
Okay, so I have a major question.
I got a major answer, Cameron.
So I have felt like I have been in this major slump in my business for at least half of the year last year. And I'm just now like getting back focused and stuff like that. And I just want to know like how to restart.
Ooh, how to restart. Who feels like they need to restart their business or they want to relaunch their business at the beginning of this year? Raise your hand, comment in the chat. Okay. Now, who feels like they've successfully done that in the past and has advice? And don't say none of you, because I know many of you have. Who's got some advice for Cameron? You can unmute and share.
So I read your comment, Cameron, and the first thing I'm going to tell you is, well, definitely, like, what is your goal? Like, if you don't know where you want to be, you don't know the answers that you're looking for, or you don't have a path. So definitely like write down your goal. And then second thing, when you say you've been in a slump, you need to be more specific about that. That way you know what exactly like you need to tackle or what you need to focus on to get better at. Because I mean, I could say that, but it might just be something else that I've been feeling, like maybe personally, or maybe you're being too hard on yourself. It could be that too. Or feeling like you didn't accomplish what you did, but maybe you're just not looking at the positives. Maybe you're not looking at what you did do well.
Yeah. Who else? Amanda says, start from the beginning. I love this too. Restart with like, challenge yourself to shooting star again, right? I love that. Hit the restart, sensational start levels. Yeah. Who else has advice? Anybody?
I think it's important not to let the negative moments determine your entire business. If you only focus on the negative and the things that you've failed at and you can't do, you're never going to do anything more than that because that's where your focus goes. Karen told me on a coaching call at one point that a lot of the times I was scared of my fears and I was scared of not being able to reach a goal, and then I wouldn't put my energy into that goal, and then that would cause me to not reach my goal. You are the reason why you are failing. And I mean that with all the love that I have because I've had to look at myself and say that in the mirror too. But if your business is not where you want it to be, then that is a problem that we have to first figure out why we're not believing in ourselves, trusting in ourselves, and encouraging ourselves. If you are looking at yourself or not, maybe not physically looking at yourself in the mirror and saying, I'm failing at this and my business is not where I want it to go. If that's not something you would tell 5-year-old you, that is not something you should tell 85-year-old you. And so I think a big part of it is just owning where we've made mistakes and making that push us to do better instead of making that the reason why we're not doing any better.
Yep, I love that. That's coaching 101. I would also say, you know, and this follows right along with what you just said. If you think about, like you said, you know, I was in a slump, I didn't accomplish things, whatever. I would challenge you to sit down tonight with a pen and paper and make a list of 10 things that you're proud of in your business, because you can certainly find 10 things that you're proud of, right? There's 10 things that you're good at. And if that's a struggle, make it 5. And if that's a struggle, make it 3. But you need to start recording the wins, right? Jess, you want to, I know you shared with who'd you share the visionary talk with? Was that your team today?
Oh, like the 3 types of people?
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, it was on our it was like a group coaching call earlier today. Yep.
Would you be willing to share it again? Just
Yeah.
like summarize it. I think it's so powerful.
Yeah. So I'm going to open it in my notes just so I don't miss anything. So basically, there are 3 types of people, and this is coming from Eric Worre. I didn't make this up. 3 types of people. It's the what's the word I'm looking for? The opposite of optimistic is
There's the pessimist, the
pessimistic.
realist,
Okay.
and the
No, it's
visionary, right?
I was thinking, I couldn't think of the word. Anyway, that one. So basically, a pessimist is looking forward to losing. Like, for example, they're always looking for the negative outcome and they're almost excited or thrilled when that happens. So like, oh, I had a party and it flopped. I told you that was going to happen. I knew it was going to happen. I told you, I called it. And then it's like they're almost happy with that, right? Like it lets them off the hook. And then you have the realist, and they're they care about what people think. They always want to appear that they're achieving the goals that they make. It's very important to them that the world sees them as a successful person. So they will make a goal that's very achievable, right? So for that person, it might be my goal for 2025 is every single month, and this is just random, right? Is 500 PRV and to sponsor one person, right? So their goal is here, 500 PRV and one person, because that's easy to them, and I'm just using this as a random example. It could be, I'm going to 200 PRV and sponsor one person every 3 months. It could be whatever you think it should be, right? But they know they're going to achieve it. And then there are the crazy ones, right? The ones who think that they're going to the moon and they're going to tell you, I'm going to the moon and this is what I'm going to achieve. And it's like way up here. And then they're called the visionaries. They never actually reach the moon. They never make it there. But what happens is if you have a realist and their 500 PRV, one person per month was here, and the visionary was up here at the moon, they still end their year here. They end their year here, but then the pessimist and the realist are talking about them, about how they didn't achieve their goals, but when in reality, they're the ones really going to the moon. They're the ones doing all the things and achieving more than anybody else. So,
and that, Kim, the quote you put in the chat that we all, have used for years, right? Shoot for the moon, you'll land among the stars, right? When you set your sights higher, even if you don't reach them, you definitely accelerate above those who set them at a comfortable level or even a mediocre level, right? So the question is, who are you? Are you the pessimist? Are you the realist or are you the visionary? Right? So tell me in the chat, who are you? Are you the pessimist, the realist, or the visionary? And what are you shooting for this year, right? You've already told us your goals. So is your goal a safe goal? Is your goal a visionary goal? Is your goal nobody's gonna book with me that, yep. I love it. Perfect. Yep. So if you are a pessimist, which I don't think anyone took owner. Oh, we do have a pessimist in there. Okay. So if you're a pessimist, I'm going to challenge you to rethink that, right? I want to challenge you because you know what? Your only limits are your limiting beliefs, right? If you are a realist, do you want to stay a realist? Like, do you want to stay setting here? Or do you want to set some big goal? It's not a failure. If you guys goals, it's not a failure if you don't reach your goal. But who said it? If you don't, I think it was Noemi said it. If you don't have a path of where you're going, it's like nobody gets on the road without a destination of where they're going, right? Nobody does that. Well, I mean, some people do. Like I like to drive around and look for the elk in my neighborhood, but that is the anomaly, not the norm, right? Most people get on the road and their appointment is here, or Target is here, or the coffee shop is here, and they know where they're going. But if they didn't know where they're going, they would literally never get there. Okay. All right. So think about your mindset. Think about where you are. Think about what your goals are. Think about all the things. Does anyone have questions? Do you have questions about how we're doing this, why we're doing this? Do you have anything you need help with this week?
Can I share something really quickly?
You sure can.
So something that I chatted with my team about. So I'm not the greatest person in the world, but I do love Jesus. And something that we have read in church a whole lot or heard in church is commitment without compromise. So all the things that you are committed to, you won't compromise. So if you're committed to your goals, you're going to do everything you can to get there. And I've been trying to kind of talk to my team about that as well, because I feel like, again, if you don't have a goal, how do you know where you're going? You have to have a destination. So commit yourself and don't compromise what you're committed to.
I had an SSD friend who told me years ago, and it's been many years, when she asked me about something. I said, I'd really like to do that. I don't have time for that though. And she said, so what I hear you saying is it's not a priority, because we all have the same amount of time and we accomplish and focus on what is a priority. So don't tell me that sponsoring isn't, you don't have time to sponsor. Don't tell me you don't have time to meet with a realtor. Don't tell me you don't have time to do these things, because we all have the same amount of time and we focus on what our priorities are. Yes. Okay. So you guys should know the moo comments. Natasha's notorious for her moo-moos. Okay. So that is not someone being mean to her in the chat. She loves to show up in them appropriately.
I want a moo-moo. Can
So-
we have a moo-moo night, like where we all wear one?
Absolutely.
We're having a moo night. Karen just doesn't know it.
Oh, awesome. We're having one. I just don't know it. Fantastic. Great. Okay.
Okay, so question again.
Yeah.
Is it better to have your goals to make you like throw up, or is it better to have them like just make you feel a little bit uncomfortable? Or is that like basically the same thing?
I'm gonna let Jess answer this one.
Well, so I feel like it's a two-part thing, because the one thing I want to say to you is to have fun. So we're talking about goals because it's 2025, but with what you just asked, if you were a brand new consultant joining my team, but let me just answer your question. Make yourself throw up, okay? Make yourself throw up. But I want you to have fun. If you are a brand new consultant, so consider what you have in your business gravy. You have customers, you have whatever your social media that you've been building this business, you have all the things that you've done until 6 months ago. Go have fun, right? Make the goals, put the goals where you're going to look at them every day, but go decide to have fun, right? Everything else is just gravy, and rebuild your business like you're brand new. But it's okay to throw up along the way. Doesn't somebody say that? Who says that? Doesn't Josh Coates have a bracelet that says something about that?
He says, let's puke together or something, right?
Yeah.
And he talks about puke goals all the time, like set a puke goal. Yeah.
Yeah. So Karen had a retreat and brought in a guest speaker just to answer your question. His bracelet literally said, let's puke together, right? We're going to hang out with other people who have big, hairy, scary goals that make them want to throw up.
I feel like that would be a fun little added swag to the inner circle. Let's
That
puke
would be fun.
together bracelets.
Let's do it.
Since we were
Would
talking
you guys
about
wear it? Would you
inner
guys wear a
circle
bracelet?
swag the other day, earlier today. Yeah,
Let's puke together. I love it. We're doing this.
I love it. Okay. All right, you're gonna hold our hair, Lori. No, you need to
like
puke
you,
with
Lori.
us. It's fine. All right. What else? Do we have anything else that we want to add? We've gone 47 minutes. Does anyone else have any questions? Anything else you need help with?
Don't forget your show and tell next week. Happy mail and however you package your bags, your orders.
And I know sometimes people are intimidated to show up with what they do because they think, well, mine might not be fancy enough, or it might not be, amazing enough, or it's too simple. Like, people need examples of all different kinds, right? Like, I don't want fancy for my happy mail. I want something that's simple and duplicatable and that can be done quickly, right? So don't overthink it, and don't be afraid. You guys don't not show up because for that reason. But I think it's a really great opportunity to learn from other people what is working for them and what they're doing successfully. So show up. So yes, awesome. All right, then let's end it for tonight. Thank you guys for showing up. Please come back next week. I will be thinking about you from Mexico. I will not be on, but I will be thinking about you from Mexico. So,
don't we get to do our photo?
oh yeah, Jess, are you good with that? We do a photo every week of all the pages, and then we share them in the Facebook groups, and then people can post them on their social media.
Yeah, you guys are much nicer than me. I already took your photo and I did not give you the courtesy of telling you.
Okay. Okay, Miss
I
Jess.
haven't posted it though. I see the shock. I haven't posted it. I won't.
Okay, this is how it started. I used to do that, and then it became a whole thing where you can't believe you posted me looking like that. So now we take a group photo.